Alright, welcome back to another Resident Evil Village video guide for the melee only runs that people have been doing. This is for the Reservoir or Moreau territory part of the game. This is a lot easier compared to the castle area on basically any difficulty. There's not really any combat, you can basically dodge any enemy you see until the boss fight, and after the enemy portion it's literally just a straight sprint to the boss, so you don't really need a knife anyway. There's a couple sections that do require you to shoot things, but I'll go through those as we get there. Again, this will be like a kind of a run through of the area. Not too long, especially if you already know what you're doing. But if the last guide helped and this guide helps, then do leave a like and let me know if it helps, or let me know if you do it a different way, because I'm running through this game almost constantly lately, so still trying to figure out faster way to do things, easy way to do things on the harder difficulties. But without any further ado, let's just jump into this and get through it as fast as humanly possible. Alright, first thing first is to get the boat key after the conversation you have with Moreau. The cutscene, obviously there's no combat between there, just walking down to him, talking to him, and running back. The boat key is in a room full of enemies, and more do spawn when you pick it up. You do not need to kill any of them, so you just take a left out here, take a right, you go up, that's not something, you go up to the left. There's a board here, you can knife this or shoot it, doesn't matter. These boards, there's like 4 of them in the whole area, you can knife or shoot them. It doesn't matter how you do it, it goes down anyway, so don't worry about that. We're going to come in here and essentially you will run in and run out as fast as possible. This guy will just continue eating while you pick it up. And you grab it. I usually go at the back and then around the outside to ignore most things. I kind of did go the long way around for some reason, but you can get back to this point before anything even attacks you, and you just sprint right back outside to the boat. There's a couple of enemies before the boat. Future run after this fight, I did find out you can run past these. They always spawn in time, but I believe in this one I do try and take them out. Obviously you can do that if you want to, but once you interact with that boat and get on the boat, they're gone. So you don't need to fight anything in this first area, and that's literally it for the combat for this area until the boss. There is nothing else to fight. You are good to go. Turns out I did just sprint past in this footage too. Yeah, you don't need to fight anything, and then this will take you to the windmills, and I'll briefly go over how I personally do that, and then we can get straight to the boss, because this area really isn't that long if you do know exactly what to do. Alright, next part is a straight up sprint. You interact with this crank. I don't think you need to, but I think it does, you have to do it eventually. So, you either do it at the beginning, or do it on the way back. Doesn't matter, I'll do it at the beginning so I can just get it out of the way. And again, this bit is a straight sprint. You're basically running across the water, trying to avoid Moreau from knocking you in, because that is technically a one hit, so you knock you into the water and you're dead. So you just kind of want to pay attention to where he is, and essentially what you want to do is switch to a weapon for this part. There's a beam over there you have to shoot, because you can't knife that one, and there's another one I believe you can knife, but my paranoid ass just shoots anyway, because it's just in case you get knocked in, but I don't think you do. So you essentially, yeah, you bait him here, and you can go straight away. The key thing is, I think it basically, as soon as he's over and his fin is just going over, you're safe to go. Like, can't knock you in. Just wait for his main body to get past everything, and you can go. You shoot this beam here, and then this platform is on a safe spot. You can't get knocked off of this one. And then that takes you straight inside to knock over the first minecart thing. I do keep checking the challenge. This is my first run going for melee only, so I was kind of paranoid that these shots were counting, but at the same time it was like, there's no other way to shoot these things, so it must not be counting. And it definitely doesn't, so don't worry about those shots. Again, bullets used only count when you hit an enemy with them, so just don't shoot anything. That's an enemy and you'll be fine. This is the quote-unquote puzzle part of the section. It's not too difficult. Essentially you just want to be raising platforms in a certain order to run past them without falling into the ocean. Or the reservoir, I should say, because if you fall in, again, insta-kill. He'll kill you immediately, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, so this first bit, nice and simple. You just want to hit the first 2 on the way, just to give you plenty of time to go over to the other side. I don't believe he can knock you off of these. I think the only way you can die is if you fall off. So don't worry about standing on these things and getting knocked off, because nothing you can. You come into this room and you have 3 switches, and I believe you want to do it in green, orange, and then blue order. That is the optimal way to do it, just because each platform lasts a different amount of time. So in that order, you have to hit the ones that are first to go down on the way there, hit the orange one, and then they'll keep it up so you can get across nice and easily. This bit again, this bit you kind of have to like bait him at least once to get through. I think I'd bait him twice, but it's a long walk, and if you try and do it immediately, you're just gonna fall off because he'll catch up to you very quickly. So yeah, I usually bait him twice here because there is a couple of voice lines he does say, and I think that is kind of the optimal time to go after that. So run that middle bit, run off, run back on, and then as soon as he goes past, as soon as his main body is past, you can go. Just like that. As soon as his fin's just in your vision, you can go, and he will not knock you off. And then it gives you plenty of time to get over, and then this bit's essentially done. After that point, you'll just be running through buildings now. You'll be going to the boat, which you have to use a switch to raise out of the water, and then you smash some like fish goo out of your way. But I'll leave the rest of this bit just to play in the background so you can see it, and I'll jump back in when the boss fight starts.
Caught myself a big one. Need to get out of here!
I would hate that.
Okay.
Oh, so this is gonna be. Yeah, okay. There we go.
Got it.
Okay, so now that's out of the way. Again, no combat into the boss. The boss fight itself, not too bad. This is standard run. I would say on hardcore, he hits a lot harder. I think he can kind of two hit you if you're not careful, and that is with the maximum like cooking rays and stuff like that. And I'd imagine on with the shadows, he can kind of get you to one shot or two shot pretty easily. But essentially, what you want to do is you want to kind of attack him when he's obviously out of the mouth. There's a couple of times where he's very much vulnerable when he does this, but it's just a case of reading his attacks and making sure you have enough time to run up to him and stab him a couple of times. It's not terribly forgiving with the hitting them or not. Like sometimes you'll see him and you'll slash and it won't do anything because you'll be hitting something else. But this is obviously a standard run, so don't be afraid to just kind of stand in front of him and just go to town. Eventually he'll pop out. But obviously on hardcore and higher you have to be a bit more careful because his attacks are quite deadly in hard difficulties. In terms of how long it would take, it seems kind of tanky with the karambit. I'm not sure if it's just because this does more damage, but when I did it on hardcore with the answer on a stream, which you can watch somewhere on the channel now, it's up there somewhere, he was, I believe, even more tanky than this. It took a while. He even killed me once because his damage is quite high in hardcore, but he's a tanky guy, and you do have to kind of run through, I think, 2 of those phases where he gets on the roof and does the acid rain attack. Obviously, if you're not careful, that can kill you pretty easily, but there's plenty of places to stand for that. This is not a boss yard, obviously. I think if you're trying to do a melee only run at this point, you kind of know how to beat him, kind of know how his attacks work, but I'm just going to stay in the fact that it's not the most difficult thing in the world. It takes a bit of patience, I would say, to try and get the attacks right, but it's not terrible on the standard difficulty, because I personally think in this game, in my opinion anyway, casual is just super duper easy. Like, for me personally, I would say hardcore in this game is like standard of 7. Kind of. There's slightly different, obviously, hardcore in this game and hardcore in 7 are quite different. Then again, is there even hardcore in 7? I think it goes standard Madhouse, right? I might be wrong, I don't know. But my point is, hardcore in this game feels a lot more like standard 7. So most of my runs are over on standard, melee only, which I would class as easy in this game, and then hardcore is kind of like normal. But you'd have no issues going through this game with a knife on standard, I would say, especially if you've played it for multiple times and know what to do, because 90% of the business game you can ignore, like, for example, the stronghold area. You can literally run past every single enemy in there, apart from the boss who you have to fight. Castle, you obviously are forced to fight the doors, and a couple of enemies that do get in the way that can be quite annoying, but again, you can kind of ignore everything. This area, there's no enemies at all. Factory, whole different thing. I don't actually have any footage I can kind of make a video for about Factory, but there is a stream up of this particular run that you can go back and watch, and you can see how I go through Factory. And then there's the Answer run, which is on hardcore, which again shows Factory, so you can watch that, take any tips from that by all means. But this is basically going to do it. I'll let the boss fight play out till its end. You kind of see how it goes. And there is a bit of commentary in the background because it's ripped straight from a stream. The audio is really crappy in video format because it's not really balanced that well in the video, which is weird. But by all means, watch the end of the boss fight and see how it goes. Or you go back and watch the stream and watch the rest of the game, or the first part of the game, because I only really have videos to cover the castle area and this area, because Factory didn't work, but it's up there, you can find it. But anyway, hopefully this helped, I should say. Hopefully you do enjoy. If you do, be sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more village content and other sort of horror game content, then by all means subscribe and turn on notifications for those streams, because I do kind of try to do 2 a week. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Oh,